everybody, and welcome to the Nashua High School North Gymnasium, scene of tonight's rivalry game. It's Battle of the Bridge boys basketball. It is North hosting South. I'm John Collins along with Tom King and Coach Jason Roby. Our cameraman tonight, once again, Tim O'Neill. And excitement is brewing, gentlemen. It is brutally cold outside. It's about to heat up inside.
Wait a minute. I want to know what Roby's coaching.
Yeah, I still think of him as a coach for all his time that he put in there at the sideline in Nashua North. And
I've been called a lot worse, let me tell you.
Brings that expertise to the table for us here at Nashua TV.
Yeah, it's two teams here tonight, guys. Nashua North coming in at 9-2, Nashua South at 6-7, but really, and we've talked about this so many times, we just saw it in the girls' game. Records don't really mean a thing. These two teams will bring out the best out of one another. I think you're going to see a highly competitive game here tonight.
Well, I think you'll see definitely a highly competitive game. And what these teams have, they have players who can do some things but not all things, and then other players that can make up for that and do the other things.
Right.
For example, Nashua South, not a real good shooting team from the outside. What they can do is they can go and drive the lane and really make it tough, because, you know, they've got the big kid. They've got Mr. Medley inside. So Nashua North, they don't have a lot of size. What they've got is they got some great shooters.
Yeah, they got great shooters, Tom.
Trevor Lebrecht, a solid scorer. You know, and there's just other kids. I mean, Thomas Lorendi, you know, when he gets hot, they really turn it on.
This is a North team that, despite their size, and I talked to Coach Nate Mazerow prior to tonight, despite the size, it's a team that rebounds the ball very well. They will hit the glass collectively as a group and challenge some of the height of their opponents.
Tom, you talk about the one thing to make up the other thing. I like how you're channeling your inner John Madden. That's great.
How am I doing that?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
is he saying boom and
I
bam?
mean, I wanted to work John Madden in there, you know, and boom and bang and the other thing.
Well,
so
now we work Jason Roby in there because he'll be doing the starting lineup.
I am two jobs tonight.
Exactly.
I'll never stand up to what Tom King does. He is the epitome of the term multitasker. Let me
It's
tell
so
you.
funny when you first saw me do that in the booth a couple of years ago. You couldn't believe it.
He was taking pictures. He was commentating. He was writing. I think he had 3 articles that he was writing at the time. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll be right back after this, guys.
So Jason's handling the public address. We are handling talking about the game that's about to come up here, Tom. And basically, we have a team that's on a roll, Nashua North basketball, and we have a team in South that's better than their record indicates.
We got a microphone that's got a red light on it. That's not good. That's dead.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
A little bit of a crisis.
I didn't break it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tight budgetary year here.
Oh. You may have it.
Oh,
you
you
may
got
have
it
it.
All right, I'll turn you down again, Jason, so you can do the PA. There he is in the background. So,
For this evening's contest between the Nashua North Titans and the Panthers of Nashua South.
Tom, you got a score prediction or what?
No, you don't predict anything in this game.
No.
Couldn't we have predicted that?
Yeah,
We saw in the girls' game?
How
Although
can you
we
predict
did
that?
say in the 40s. I did say somebody's got to get in the 40s, but they both did.
They both did.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it was in case you missed the girls' game, it was tremendous. It was a 15-1 South lead. They were shooting the lights out in the first quarter, and they kind of went cold shooting, and they allowed North to slowly, ever so slowly, edge their way back into the game until they actually won it 43-41. A tremendous girls' game. We hope the boys' game matches that.
Just a fabulous game. But tonight, we've seen some great finishes in this game. But we've also seen underdogs win this kind of game.
Yeah.
And, in the first game, there weren't any underdogs. They were both 1-11 coming in, so it was an even Steven game. In this game, South is the underdog. Last year, I thought North pretty much dominated the rivalry. Nashua South just didn't have the team last year that were able to do it. So, that was difficult for them. So now they are going to announce the starting lineups.
Freshman number 0, Josh Caruso. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 3, Zachary Castengay. At forward, a 6-foot senior, number 11, Alex Hulfaker. At forward, a 6'9" senior, number 24, Rhett Medling. And at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 35, Karsten Lemaire. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Nashua North Titans. A junior, number 2, Jaden Montgomery. A junior, number 4, Trevor Lebrecht. A senior, number 13, Thomas Lorendi. A junior, number 20, Derek Finlay. And a junior, number 24, Jack Peters. Nashua South is coached by Nate Mazerol. The Titans are coached by Steve Lane and Chris Gaudreau. Tonight's game is being officiated by Daryl Robichaux and Mark Hamill. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask you to please stand if you are able and remove your hats for the national anthem.
You can feel the intensity.
Yeah, you can. You know, this is almost a bigger crowd than I kind of expected.
Isn't it?
It is.
That cheer when North was first introduced, that tilted the decibel meter more than we have heard in a long time, Tom.
These kids have a lot of
pent-up
announcer
energy.
brought it out of them. I don't know.
Maybe, but you've got two teams. You've got the girls team right near us from North.
Yes.
So they're all watching the game. You've got the sub-varsity for South across the way.
Yeah.
They're watching the game. And you've got the student bodies here.
We haven't had surround sound in a long time.
Good crowd.
Good crowd, yeah.
How?
I think they auditioned for loud people.
I think they did. And then the tickets were handed out to the loudest people.
Yes, not bad. We'll see. You know what the test will be? Free throws. How loud are they during the free throws? Hulfaker, bounce pass, Medling. Oh, he could have jammed it. First possession, no basket for South. A missed opportunity there.
Yeah, that's not a good sign if you're South to have that easy opportunity.
South in a 2-3 zone here, early going.
Oh, he thought Breck was going to let it fly. He chose not to. Derek Finlay is going to pass it to the right wing. Thomas Lorendi holds it over his head. Back to Finlay. Lebrecht fakes right, shot for 3, no good. Too much adrenaline behind that one. Over everything.
Well, talking to Kurt Dutilli after the game, with that 15-1 start that North had, he said they were too hyped up, and that's why they started that way.
Right, so South got out to a 14-point lead in the girls' game we're talking about, and it's a factor in these games. Kicking it outside, quick ball movement by North.
Normally, Jaden Murphy with
inside, LeBrecq gets it back outside, slippage.
Ooh.
Lorendi gets it to Finlay. Who's going to shoot it?
Normally, Jaden Montgomery would have taken that ball to the hole, but meddling right there, that's the presence that he causes. He disrupts a lot of that.
Long possession here for North. Looking for a quality shot. No look pass underneath and up strong. Basket.
Wow. Jack Peters went up and over, and he's just 6 feet, guys.
And he scores the first basket. No good by Caruso. Down court comes LeBrecq. Looks behind him. There's Lorendi to Montgomery, and then back to Lorendi. Thomas Lorendi, 5-point lead for North.
If he starts getting hot, that makes a huge difference for this North team.
He's always been a great shooter, guys. I had him as a phys ed student 3 years ago, and he didn't miss. The one thing that's helped him is he's grown about 5 inches
How
since
about
then.
that? Yeah. I know we just saw the girls' game, and there weren't a lot of tall play, but look at the Rhett Medling is 6'9". There's a lot of height out there, a lot of athleticism. This should be a good one. South looking for their first points of the game as they kick it back toward midcourt. Zach Castengay drives.
Great drive by the sophomore Castengay.
ZC
What a young team, huh?
zips through for 2. And it's a 5-2 game now. South with their first points. Yeah, that was some top speed there from Zach Castengay.
Very patient offensively here is Nashua North. Looking for the best shot.
Well, that's what you would want a good shooting team to be, right?
Yep.
We'll have our first personal of the game here. Is trying to drive baseline was Trevor LeBrecq. He was fouled by Hulfacker. That'll be his first personal.
Yeah, it's on the floor, so it'll be an inbounds.
8-minute quarters. We're just over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes into this one. And it's a 5-2 lead for the Titans. The home team jumps out on top early. LeBrecq, reluctant to launch from there. He's been given some space. Trevor goes to his right, hands it off. This is Lorendi back to LeBrecq. Jaden Montgomery to his right, knifing through. Wild looking shot. Rebound North. LeBrecq floater, no good. Rebound Hulfacker. And he sprints out of the pack and he gets it back in rhythm. Caruso.
Two-pointer?
Joshua Caruso for 3
Josh
ties and it's
Caruso is the
5.
real deal. Does not play like a freshman, although late in games you don't see him as much, which is what happens to a freshman. Of course, the opposite of what we saw today in the girls' game with Aiden Walker for North. But Caruso, if he could be clutched down the stretch, that would help South.
Jaden Montgomery tried to go over Medling, gets his own board. A beautiful pass to Peters. That ball's stolen.
Oh, baseline out of bounds. It'll be North ball.
Jaden Montgomery, just a ball hawk underneath the basket, getting that loose ball and passing the ball around the defender. Oh, knocked away. South steals the inbound pass.
LeBrecq just lofted it up there.
And Zach Castaway passes it to Jason Roby.
I stuck the foot out there. I just had the presence of mind. I knew where it was going. It's good athleticism up there. Timmy, I know you saw that.
Thumbs up from our cameraman, Tim O'Neill, who's got the best seat in the house up in the middle of the students at half court. South looking to break this, North looking to break this tie, 5-5. Ball in the corner. Now the paint. And a contested layup, the foul. Jack Peters strong to the basket.
Peters has had a couple of good looks here and, done a nice job in the paint.
He's been a factor early, and he's at the line now. You mentioned, Jason, not the tallest player out there, but he plays big.
Well, he's not afraid to mix it up in there. He's a linebacker on the football team. And
these guys will elevate. That's what North has done. As Jason said early in the game, is their rebounding ability is deceptive, and they've shown it so far tonight. they have gotten almost 2 chances with every shot.
Peters misses 1 of 2. South rebound. We will see a dunk or 2 in this game, I believe, and with the vocal crowd we have, those should be big moments.
Is Tom going out at halftime?
Yeah, he's going to put on a show. Here's Rhett Medling, one of those guys who'll probably dunk it at some point. Hulfacker in rhythm for 3, too long on the shot. Jaden Montgomery emerges with the loose ball, fakes left, goes right, kicks it to the corner, and Caruso gets a hand on it. Heads up play by the class of 2025 point guard.
Couple of substitutes coming in for the Panthers. It's Roy Cortez and I believe it's Rutstein making his first appearance.
Speaking of class of 2025, Alice.
And Rutstein coming in after that collarbone that he suffered in the football season.
Right.
Oh, good. Good to see him.
Good to see him back out there playing.
Yeah, sure is.
And Cortez nearly looked it out of bounds, but a good
Cortez is
save.
fearless. He will take the ball to the basket. He is fearless.
Inside, knocked away by Lebrecht. In rhythm from the corner. How to announce yourself in the game. Roy Cortez for 3. Right in front of us. And South has their first lead, 8-6.
Another freshman will enter the game, a sharpshooter, a freshman, 6'1", Parth McGlani, number 55.
Well, you can tell these guys are just anxious to come off the bench and make an impact, and that's exactly what Alice Roy Cortez just did.
A lot of youth on both teams.
Montgomery thought about the turnaround. He kicks it back.
Nice look underneath. Lorendi drove in, drew the defensive pressure, and was able to find all alone at the hoop for a bucket.
Trevor Lebrecht with 2. 8-8, crashing through. Travel is called.
Could have been a blocking call. They went with the travel, so we'll head the other way.
Right.
Montgomery to inbound the ball. Montgomery, a World Academy graduate. Eric Congdon, the athletic director over at World Academy, came over to say hello here with a few of his players, came to watch the game, and his former athlete. Nice to see.
Did World Be Free go there? That's an NBA reference. Driving, some paint, and a nice floater. What touch on the ball by Tom Lorendi.
Able to hit the elbow jumper just inside to knock it down. So not just a shooter from 3, but can hit the short range jumper as well.
And he puts the home team back on top, 10-8. South trying to even things up again. Zach Castengay runs out of room on the right side and kicks it back to Alize Roy Cortez. Cortez driving, kicks it out. Michael Rutstein runs out of room. Trevor Lebrecht blanketing him. Ball nearly knocked away by Lorendi. And Caruso going to work. He starts, he stops. Rutstein. 1.5 minutes left to go in a fast-paced and furious first quarter. Caruso kicks it over to the right. And a travel is called.
Yeah, the old theory, the longer you have the ball, the more of a chance.
The Al Neville theory of defense.
Zach Castengay getting a little too anxious.
Both of these teams extremely quick.
And they swing it around to the side. Parth McGlani's in the game, number 55. The shot by Lebrecht. Oh! Trevor Lebrecht elevates. What a smooth operator.
Only a 2, so it's 12-8.
It's kind of got a Jamal Wilkes release. There's a driving basket.
Oh, get out of my kitchen!
Trevor Lebrecht will do that. I have a couple of shots of him earlier in the year blocking him. He is a shot blocker.
Leather souffle being served here tonight on the campus of Nashua North.
Yes. Get a new basketball.
Montgomery was on his way to the races and was fouled just at half court to stop the break.
Well, we had a exclamation point of a block right
But let
there.
me tell you guys, you got a 6'9", and you've got another kid who looks like he's 6'7" out there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
those
Dennis
things.
Waneda, I want to say that right. He's 6'7" as well, Tom.
You should be dominating the paint right now, and Nashua South is not.
I think he's grown since this roster was printed. Wainene. There's a shot from the corner, no good.
Did you see how high he went up for that rebound?
Jaden
My goodness.
Montgomery operating at the rim
They
level.
can elevate.
Nice move underneath. The
Again.
touch
Get
shot
this.
doesn't go.
Oh, and that one deflected, blocked.
Jack Peters somehow got the rebound, but Titans come up empty. And Alex Hulfacker is going to back it out for a second. 10 seconds left in the quarter.
That's why he's backing it out, to set up the last shot. He's going to
8
take
seconds. Goes left, kicks it out. Wayne Nina. Does that count?
Hit the top of the backboard, no good.
I think that should be 5 points.
I'm with you, John.
That's hard to do.
That's got to be some skill involved there, right?
Yeah.
And they won't pressure the ball too much, so
2.7
LeBrecq
seconds.
will get a
LeBrecq's
shot.
gonna get it away.
no.
Off to the left.
We're going to need to borrow Tom's oxygen over here.
Oh, boy. My second stress test of the day after the one at St. Joe's this morning.
Wow. What a great first quarter. Both teams executing in the half court. Gotta love the way that Nashua North crashed the glass on the offensive boards. And just to talk a little bit about both teams, and I asked both coaches, what does Nashua North need to do tonight? And acting head coach Chris Gaudreau told me, look, we got to continue to play solid defensively. We got to compete on the glass, as you're seeing, and we have to execute and make the most of the offensive opportunities. And we've seen them do that thus far. Meanwhile, Nate Mazzarol, his counterpart on the other side, we have to defend the three. Now, they're standing in that zone defense, but they are extending it. But North has hit a three, and they have a couple of long-range jumpers as well. They got to limit their turnovers, and they got to win the run game. In other words, we have to score in transition. North, thus far, has been able to get back pretty effectively.
Story right now, two things. North's rebounding, especially on the offensive glass, and two, South's inability to put points on the board. They can go through droughts like you've never seen. They had a game early in the season where they scored over 20 in the first quarter, and I don't think they got out of the 30s for the rest of the game.
They make the Sahara look like the Pacific.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, I guess they're still in search of their offensive identity this deep into the season.
They're going to be.
Not
If they
good.
go into the half with just 16 points, that's not a good sign.
North trying to add to their 4-point lead. They travel.
Yeah, Parth was they defended the passing lane, so we dragged that pivot foot, and before he could reverse it, he got called.
Of course, we are in Nashua. They have the mask rule. Kids have to wear them, but I noticed some
chin straps.
Some
John.
players use it as a chin strap.
straps.
Chin strap. You're right. I'm not judging. I'm just commenting. I'm just observing. So 7:40 to go in the half. A low-scoring game overall compared to how much frenetic activity we've had. And South trying to score.
Another block shot there
Trevor
by LeBrecq.
Leather souffle. That's good. So LeBrecq's got a couple of blocks in this game. We're still looking for that first dunk.
Boy, a lot of spring in the legs of this North team. It is extremely
yeah,
impressive.
Hey, I mentioned.
They just elevate.
Sorry.
They really elevate. It's unbelievable.
I mentioned James Earl Jones' birthday this week, and they got Parth Vader as one of the
there you go.
One of the signs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Parth, a heck of an outside shooter, and just a freshman for the Titans.
Jaden Montgomery has it. LeBrecq with a one-touch, and it's stolen.
That's the second pass that LeBrecq's thrown that's been intercepted.
Karsten Lemire gets it to Zach Castengay for two.
Just beat the block attempt. He knew he had to make a fast move to the hoop.
High percentage shot, to say the least, there for South. They could use a lot more of those coming off a good defense. The shot is good.
Lorendi for three again. And you heard Nate Mazzarol. We got to defend the three.
So a 5-point lead for North. Medling gets it back. Going to his right was Lemire. Medling with a nice scoop, but it doesn't go in. He got double teamed. Montgomery fakes left, goes right, draws contact.
They're
no
letting
call.
them play, fellas.
Yeah.
They are
Sure.
letting them play.
Medling with it. Again, a lot of effort being expended, but not that many points 15-10. Castengay so quick. No basket though. LeBrecq. No look. The corner. Lorendi. No good.
This place would have exploded if Lorendi had hit that one.
Good positioning by Karsten Lemaire to get that rebound.
That time the height for North hurt, or the elevation for North hurt them. Offensive rebound. I mean, foul on the rebound attempt.
And so everybody can take a breath.
Yep. South takes a timeout. They want to get their offense in gear. I think a key for South is they need to get Medling going.
Yes.
Medling is a player who can do some things.
He had a good look down here, and I'd want to just make the point that you had Derek Finley, a six footer, defending him in the post.
Right.
So 6'9" against 6 feet, and they're going to double. Look, they're going to help, but when you get your feet on the block, you got to finish those. You got to finish those, and I think that won't be the last time we see Medling down low. At least it wouldn't be the last time I feed him the ball.
No.
So back at it with 5:59 remaining first half. North, the home team here, hosting South, ahead 15-10. South had some moments of brilliance, but overall, again, the offense letting them down a bit here. They need to pick it up.
North gave a little bit of some full court pressure, but they quickly fell back. And now they are in a man-to-man defense
so
here.
You got Peters on Medling. Who do you go to? I go to Medling.
Zach Castengay.
Now Medling at the high post now, working
There
against Peters. We'll see if he gets help. He does.
Feeds.
And there's your feed. And a good recognition there by Medling.
Lemaire misses a couple, gets a third chance, and gets fouled.
And Tom, you said it there. They found Medling coming down into the low post. They fed him. Suddenly 3 Titans converge. Backdoor cut. They missed the layup, but they'll go to the line for 2.
Got to take advantage of that.
That's a great look there by Medling, who was able to find Lemaire.
Karsten at the free throw line. Had 3 chances there underneath the basket. Makes the free throw. 15-11, a 4-point game as Josh Caruso checks out. And into the game for South is Sammy Witta.
Witta's a 6'2" junior.
And hitting both his free throws, Lemaire. 1 possession game. LeBrecq with it. Walking it to his right. They swing it up top. Playing some catch, Finlay. Lorendi. Lorendi thought about it. A semi-zone, is it, for South?
Let's see, it is a zone. Yep. 2-3.
Kind of flexing around, and North really taking their time almost to travel there.
Of course, no shot clock in the state of New Hampshire.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Yep. Exactly.
Underneath. Montgomery going to kick it back outside. Finley slipped a little bit.
Another turnover, yep.
Steal by Medling on the fast break. Castengay floater.
Castengay elevated over Lorendi and a nice little teardrop in.
1-point game, 15-14. North clinging to that lead.
3 of those turnovers for North have been because the pass has just been kind of lofted up there.
South's
nothing behind it.
South's game is transition. That's how they play. That's how they win.
Peters underneath goes up and over Medling.
Yep.
Wow. Shielding the ball with his body. Makes it.
Medling was afraid to foul on that play because that would probably meant he would sit on the bench for the rest of the half.
So North answers the South student body, which was making itself heard over there in the corner. The shot, Lemaire in and out, rebound South. Foul on the floor.
Witta's going to get called for the travel.
Yep.
They'll bring Parth McGloney back in, and he'll give Finlay a break. Parth more of an offensive threat from the perimeter. Finlay a defensive presence.
Oh, he sets the tone for this team.
Oh, he sure does.
You see, he's the spark plug right now.
There's Parth McGloney.
You can't leave him alone. He will drain it.
Skip pass.
Jaden Montgomery to the basket. letting him play.
Yeah,
He scores
because there
2.
was contact on that play.
Yep.
Medling's arms were straight up, though. He
Yep.
didn't, he kind of just stood there. So,
They could have called
Castigate.
it the other way.
and you see what's happening here. They're fronting and playing behind Medling.
Right.
When he comes down into the
Castigate
post, and a travel.
Yeah. And now Caruso comes back in the game, but what you're seeing for South is a lot of youth on the floor, and they're
Yeah.
looking like it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, the turnover there, uncertainty by Zach Castengay, gives the ball back to North with a 5-point lead, chance to add to it. The Titans, Lorendi was closed down immediately as he thought about the 3 from the corner. Trevor LeBrecq, top of the key.
Oh, he has
it
his pocket
stolen by
pick there.
Zach Castengay. Forces a jump ball, the arrow.
North, I believe.
Back to North, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going south.
Oh,
I'm going to
it's
tell you
going
something
south.
right now,
Yep.
guys. Trevor LeBrecq, early on, he drove the baseline from left to right, the far side. He hit the deck pretty hard.
Well,
I've seen him walking around with a little bit of a
Yeah,
limp in
I
his
see it right
well,
now.
He had a hip injury from
Oh.
2 games ago.
And I think it was aggravated on that drive, and you
Yeah.
saw him
Yep.
right there when he hit
and
the
he's
floor.
got it, and he injured his hip a week in the Pinkerton game.
Yeah, we'll keep
Oh.
an eye on that.
And I'll tell you what happened. He injured his hip hitting the floor.
Alex Hulfacker driving, shut down by a double team.
Nice
Good fake to
drive
the
to the
left.
baseline.
Lemaire too strong on the floater.
Titans just getting all over the glass there.
Jaden Montgomery with the stop and go. Tried the bounce
turnover.
pass, stolen
Yep.
by Lemaire. In rhythm, Caruso in and out. Rebound fought for.
And I'm going to tell you something. North is
Watch
going to keep
this.
battling on the glass.
LeBrecq.
Peters.
Peters, yep. Got the
They
foul.
call the
Oh.
foul. Zach Castengay thought he got all ball.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
we'll watch that one back on
I
ETV.
think he did
but
get all ball,
Yeah.
but you're not going to get that call when there's that much of a collision of bodies. But here's the thing. LeBrecq, last Friday night, started out okay and then just could not do anything after he gutted it out, and he ended up with only 10 points. They can't win this game with LeBrecq only having 10
And I
points.
think the coach wants to check in with him right here.
Yeah, they're looking at him right now. Zach
Yeah.
Harris is going to talk to him. How you doing? And so just to see what he needs and see how he is.
1 of 2 for Peters, 20-14 Titans.
So a 6-point lead for the Titans. South trying to cut into
And
that.
South needs to get Medling and Caruso in the offense.
Here's Medling
Standing at the very high post.
and Cortez. No. Lorendi rebound, brings it down court. He's going to hand it off to Jaden Montgomery. Looking for an opening in this Panther defense. 1:45 to go in the first half. Titans have a chance to add to their 6-point lead. Finley kicks it back out. In rhythm, Lorendi, no,
Ooh.
off to the left.
That would have brought the house down, and it would have been a 9-point game.
Instead, South has a chance to cut it to 4. Hulfacker to Lemaire.
Again, South needs offense.
And the roll, a tough shot there by Hulfacker.
He wanted the foul call, didn't get it.
Yes, he did.
Nice
No look
look.
pass.
Oh! Thought Finley was going to take it.
Well, that's not his job.
No, it's not, so he doesn't do it.
Parth
Yeah,
Miglani.
Coach Godrow
Yeah.
standing on the floor. He
He
wants a
saw
30-second
the
timeout.
uncertainty on offense.
Yeah.
And I think the uncertainty began when Finley passes up an open shot.
And a couple things. There's 1 minute left in the quarter here, so you really want to get a quality possession before you go into the half because, as we know, momentum a huge thing, especially in rivalry games. So I'm sure Coach Godrow drawing something up here. A lot of head coaching experience for Chris. He was at Bow for many years, leading the Falcons over there before coming over to Nashua North.
That's Jason Roby. I'm John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill focusing in on the Titans huddle right now as they talk strategy. Up by 6, the home team threatening to make it a North sweep. The girls won a very exciting first half of this doubleheader.
And yesterday, the Unified team, North Unified,
That's
winning
right.
a huge game.
Yeah,
They
despite
ruled
the
the
Zach
floor.
Ostrowski basket.
They
It was
ruled the-
Megan Wiggett, right?
Yeah,
Started the game for
Megan
North.
was
So yeah, the
Handspicker doing
basketball
a nice
sweep
job
in the
there, yeah.
offing here, and unless South can find something in the second half.
Lebrecht is checked back in here, so they want to get all their firepower on the floor right now.
Yeah.
You also see Parth has come back in.
It's
So
too
the
long to
three-point
play for the
shooters-
last shot, isn't it?
Well, they want to
And
get
you
a
got
good one. If
three
it's open, I'm
players
sure
who-
they'll take
three
it.
players who
Travel.
get on the
Yeah.
outside.
You know,
Yep.
he's been living dangerously, has Thomas Lorendi. He's a couple times he's done the ball fake and
Dragged the pivot
you
foot.
wondered, but they got
Yeah.
him there. So,
Yep.
and I'm not saying he did, but you do it enough times, you're
Oh,
going
he
to
got
get
a little
called.
slidey. He got a little slidey with the
Slidey,
pivot foot.
steppy. We've got all the words here tonight.
Now Peters comes back in an offense-defense substitution.
Peter's got his eye on meddling. We'll see if they try to get it
Let's
into
see.
the.
Half minute left in
The
the
center.
first half. Alese Cortez, Roy feeds it to Hulfacker, and Hulfacker looking for an opening.
He had a nice first step there. Thought he was going to drive it.
Well, now he's got to stop, and now the offense kind of slows down.
Stagnant.
Yep.
Yep.
And you saw two North
I
players
want
doubling
meddling,
up on
I want
Caruso.
meddling with the alley-oop right in front of us here. Hulfacker.
Oh!
Oh my! And a foul called.
No, that's a block
Oh!
shot.
They're just saying a block shot out of bounds.
Block
Block
Only
shot
4
out of
seconds
bounds.
left.
Play.
Yeah.
That's Finlay on the block, and I know he wanted to grab that with authority, but maybe a great play
Hulfacker,
defensively.
he's going to have to shoot it.
And
No.
Peters fronts him
Lebrecht
at
is
the buzzer.
Oh!
That would have been the ultimate Yahtzee call had that gone in.
Yeah, it would have counted. So
Hey.
we played the first half. It's 20-14 North.
14 points, not enough.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you this. When you watch Nashua North play defense, there is no fear regardless of the size of the opponent. They go in there and they believe that they are the bigger player. And as a result, they're getting those rebounds. They're limiting those second chances. They're creating second chances for themselves. And on that last possession, you had 6 feet on 6'9", one-on-one,
Should not happen.
and he defended it.
Should not happen. You know why? They elevate. They can elevate. They can get up in the air. And that comes with a lot of playing, a lot of athletic ability, and a lot of practice that they had early in the season. Because their lack of size has not limited them at all. They have no fear. They went into Derry two nights after losing a tough game to BG by a point. They go into Derry playing an undefeated team, and they beat them by almost 10 points.
Before we you go to break here, John, just want to bring up one of the Nashua South inconsistencies in talking to Coach Mazerol. He said the biggest inconsistency with this team is finishing in the paint.
Exactly. Yep.
And that, you know, we've seen a little bit of that here tonight. I wouldn't stop doing it though. I would dribble drive and I would try to feed the big guys underneath and at the very least get to the free throw line.
Percentages have got to be in your favor at
Yep.
some point, but you know what? Against this North team, it's not easy to do.
Right?
We are at halftime, everybody. The score, Nashua North 20, Nashua South 14. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
We all have important decisions to make about how to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe from COVID-19. What we now know from the over 400 million Americans, including 15 million children, and the over 2 billion people worldwide that have received COVID-19 vaccine, that they have an excellent safety record. They are very effective in preventing serious illness, long-term health effects, hospitalization, and death. And this is especially true for the most vulnerable, pregnant women and people with immune problems. So please, if you haven't been vaccinated yet and you still have questions, speak to your healthcare provider. Please be safe.
welcome back, everybody. We're at halftime here, streaming live on a January 21st of 2022. It is a 20-14 lead in the boys' game. North leading South at halftime. John Collins, Jason Roby, Tom King. Jason doing his homework before the game, talking to the coaches. One of the questions he had for Nate Mazerol, the longtime Nashua South coach, how do you like the shortened season?
Yeah, not a big fan, John. For example, he said specifically, look, this is our 3rd road game in 4 nights. So there have been a lot of bus rides, and you know, we're heading into final exam time, you know, at the end of the semester, and that's a lot of time on the road, and then they only have 1 game next week. So there's no consistency, but more importantly, far too little practice time. A lot of times you can't get your gel and your mesh. Look, the kids love to play games, right? There's nothing better than playing games. But when you play 3 and 4 nights, I don't care who you are, it's going to have an effect on your legs. It's going to have an effect on your psyche a little bit. You need some rest. The body needs rest sometimes.
There's a lot of decisions that are being made lately that just baffle me. That absolutely baffle me at the NHIAA level. I don't understand who is calling these shots and why they've decided to do this.
When you talk to Nashua North coach Chris Gaudreau, he's like, yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
they like running. They like playing. Look, they do a lot of open gym stuff. They do a lot of stuff in the summer to get ready for this point. So, you know, I guess if you're doing your work in the off season, then it really shouldn't make a huge difference. And it allows them to have February vacation themselves and recharge before they might start a spring season. So there's some give and take there. There's some pros and cons and, different schools of thought. And again, like I said to you earlier, John, kids want to play games. At this time of year, they don't want to practice. They want to play. But what's in their best interest? I don't know. I think maybe early in the year you play 1 or 2 a week, and then as the season gets longer, longer in the tooth, you can play more games. But like you said, Tom, if you have a cancellation due to weather, suddenly
this isn't the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's not the time to squeeze.
Well, there it is, the mismatch that we are marveling that isn't. As it's Jack Peters against Rhett Medling underneath. 6 feet against 6'9". Can South exploit that offensively? We'll find out here in the second half. South trailing 20-14, looking for some answers offensively. North with a great season to date, as Jason said. Oh, a basket for LeBrecq to start things here in the second half.
He gets going, forget it.
He only had 4 in the first quarter, and that's a huge bucket to start the second half.
As Coach Gaudreau said, he's had 0 frustrations with this team, right, Jason?
Yeah,
Great
absolutely
start.
right.
A lot of wins. Get some good teams.
Say hello to Coach Lane, who's probably watching this from home on Nashua ETV. And there it is. Medling goes up and in to start the second half.
Okay, so
have to get him going.
Game planning here at halftime, and Medling immediately makes an impact. 23-16, and that was a long-range 3 that doesn't go. Montgomery rebound. LeBrecq, will he get the second basket? No! Medling block! And South ball, foul calls. Castanguay hits the deck.
Yeah, he hit pretty hard there. They're checking him. I'll tell you, that's a good, I hate to say good foul, but Finlay stopped the breakaway.
Break. Good foul. That's a football player's foul.
Well, and more importantly than that, it's good to see that Castanguay is okay and he's up and moving around.
Zach says, I could do without that good foul, but I'm back on my feet and back at it.
Yeah, you get 5, you can't take them with you.
In rhythm, Caruso had it blocked, a partially blocked shot. North trying to transition fast, but South with those quick feet.
And they're going to leave him open from the elbow, and they'll dare him to shoot that ball.
Gets his own miss. Derek Finlay. Loose ball, what do we have?
Double dribble. Wow.
Alex Hulfacker got called for the double dribble. So,
Titans fortunate there, guys.
Yeah, missed opportunity for South to cut the deficit. Trailing by 7, 23-16. The Titans with it. Surround sound here in the North High School gym for the first time in a while. It's the most boisterous, loudest crowd we've had on Nashua TV, I think, this winter. And Jaden Montgomery, wow, taking some contact that would have sent Tom King to St. Joe's.
It doesn't take much, believe me.
Oh, man.
It doesn't take much.
That was a great drive by Montgomery. Good sportsmanship by Medling, helping him up.
Yeah.
These kids know each other well, and they like one another.
On the sideline. Trevor LeBrecq. Yeah, a lot of these kids played with and against each other all the way up, right?
And they play summer league, you know,
Summer
all
league,
summer long, and AAU teams and so on and so forth. And
LeBrecq, beautiful rhythm shot.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to one team has Trevor LeBrecq and one doesn't. You know, I really do. He's a fantastic player.
A low ball, Titans scoop it. Montgomery beating everybody down the field.
What a good
Layup
move.
drill.
Yeah,
Timeout. South.
Yep.
Good body control there by Montgomery, able to go into the jump stop, use the left hand, go up and in. 11-point lead, biggest one of the evening for the Titans.
You look at it, only 27 points, but if you're Nate Mazerow and you look at the scoreboard, you are almost 3 minutes into the third quarter. You've played almost 19 minutes of basketball, and you only have 16 points to show for it. You cannot win games that way.
No.
You have to have more offense.
Yeah.
We talked about that with Nashua North in the girls. Right? They need more offense. They got it. Somehow, something clicked. And they got it going. They had the freshmen come out and play fearlessly.
You know what
Aiden
we
Walker.
do know? You will never question the compete level of both of these teams.
Right.
Both coaches have made that very clear. We don't teach you to be competitive. You either are or you aren't. And if you're not going to be on the floor.
Right.
But you're right. At some point, you have to finish. You have to produce.
Right.
The proof is in the pudding
points.
and on the board.
Yeah, you got to produce points.
But some of that too, Tom.
If they can't get Medlin going inside, they need to get Caruso going outside. Because Caruso could take over a game.
Don't overlook the fact that some of it has to do with the way the North team is playing defense.
Their defense is incredible.
Yeah.
Medlin calling for the ball in the paint. They just can't seem to get it to him.
And you see how they drop down into the paint. They'll give that shot up. You saw number 20, Derek Finley, drop down. He gave that shot up to help double on the post. That ball went off the hands of South, so it'll stay North. Yeah, good call there by the official. They converse, make sure they get it right. That was off the hands of Lemaire.
The officials in the stands disagree, but you saw
the balcony Muppets are always, trying to get their point across. No question about it.
Yeah. Inbound play for the Titans, trying to add to what is now an 11-point lead. Double digits. Perimeter passing. Thomas Lorendi, Derek Finlay.
Just good patience. They don't put the ball on the floor unless
Jack
they need
Peters.
to.
No.
And that's a steal. Zach Castigaway saw that one coming from a mile away. Puts the brakes on, misses, got fouled.
And again, that was set up because the pass was lazy.
Yes.
It was a lazy pass. You can't just throw that in there. They're going to move quickly, and Coach Gaudreau addressing that very fact right now as Castigay will head to the line for a pair.
Right, there's too many quick, thieves out there. They're gonna.
You got to put
steal
some mustard on that hot dog, John.
Right.
You know.
Castigay with some nice form at the line.
One thing you see with this North team, if the ball is near them, their hand is on it.
Yeah.
They swipe at it, swipe at it, swipe at it.
Big part of their game.
Yep.
Creating turnovers. Via the steal.
2 for 2 there.
And making his 2 free throws was Zach Castigay. So it is back to under, it's 7-2, 9-point game. Under 10. Good feed underneath, but Peters immediately shut down by Medling. There's a floater. Medling rebound.
Nice job there by Rhett Medling to go up and grab that
Medling
one.
altered the shot.
Yes, never got to the rim actually.
Nope. That's what he does.
Both teams, when they have the offensive possession, they just look very comfortable in their sets. It's impressive stuff. There's a three-pointer there, knocked down by Castigay, and suddenly he has the last 5 points for the Panthers.
Big shot.
Big shots.
6-point game.
You need more of them.
But watch the patience and there's no, it's not urgent. It's very calm and in control.
And a contested
that ball
shot.
was blocked. Peters went up and got the board.
And there's Lorendi.
Oh,
Lorendi for 3.
3 points. He answers back the Castigay 3. Zach nearly lost the handle. Caruso fakes the drive and kicks it back out to Medling. There's a floater. Tough shot. Doesn't go for Hulfacker. South gets it back. Medling with the set shot. No good.
Baseline jumper.
Jump ball, arrow.
South ball.
So Medling takes the
South.
set shot. There was no one between him and the basket. He had a chance to go all the way in. You got to take the ball to the basket.
Up your percentage, but the shot misses instead. South lucky to get it back. The shot by Caruso, no good. Rebound fought for. Lebrecht bodies out Rutstein, and he'll bring it down court.
You get Lebrecht and Lorendi going here, it's lights out.
And I got news for you.
Oh, it is right here,
Miglani
too.
off the side of the backboard, follows his miss, passes it off. Peters lost the handle. Loose ball scramble.
Well done by Peters to knock it out to Parth, and the Titans will get another look at it.
Montgomery fake left, no look pass. Peters got fouled.
And I'll tell you what happened there. Peters, very intelligent play. Didn't put the ball on the floor, went straight up with it to initiate the contact. If he puts that ball on the floor, it gives South a chance to recover.
When you're inside, John knows this, I've always talked about it. Big people should not put the ball on the floor. They get the ball inside, turn, pivot, go up.
Well, especially when your big people are 6 feet tall versus 6'2", 6'2", 6'9".
Yeah. Yeah, you're asking for trouble because they're gonna get to you. You're wasting time, basically, putting it on the floor.
Well, I tell you, you're right, Jason. 2:37 left in the quarter. You look up, you have the other team only 21 points. You've got to be happy with your defense because it's doing the job.
Deep breath. Peters shoots his free throws.
1 out of 2 for Jack.
And it's a 10-point lead for the Titans. Castanguay, Cortez, Roy Cortez looking for an opening to his right. He finds a seam, puts up kind of a
another block by Parth.
Miglani with the block, and it is now Titans' chance to go up by
oh boy
12-13 to miss.
Wow.
Peters bats it into the crowd.
Keeping the ball alive and another possession. Step back and knowing your role, right? That's not Jack Peters' shot. Good for him.
Baseline, Miglani to Peters, driving back to Miglani. He's open for three. No.
And another offensive rebound and another set for the Titans. What a possession.
The Titans just smothering on defense and offense. South
know
can't
your
get
role
it going.
and play it perfectly.
Swarming to the ball, the Titans getting another chance here on offense, extending this trip down the floor. Will they come up empty?
Another
No.
battle.
They get the ball back.
No call
it's up in the
there.
air. Ball fought for. What do we have?
And I think they're going to call it on Peters. He had his hand on the ball, but it was just, I got to be honest with you, it could be some aggressiveness from the play before, and you're going to see some pressure extended here by the Titans.
I thought they could have let that go with no
I
foul.
did as well. At this point, I mean, I've seen worse not get called.
Yeah. Inbound play to Medling.
Castingway. Oh, he loses
Castingway
it.
too fast for his own good, it looks like, and
jump ball.
Jump ball. Arrow's going to go to the Titans, I think, this time.
Yep.
And
So-
Lebrecht entering the game here, and the Sparkplug Finlay will get a break. And possession will go to the Titans. We'll see Medling take a break, and the other 6'7" player for the South Panthers, Dennis Wainena, will come in. I hope I said that right. Tom, you might know more than I.
I've only seen him play a couple of times. He hadn't played in a few of the games that I've seen.
Just a nice soft pass. Again, almost got intercepted. Titans fortunate.
Miglani from the corner, no good.
And that's
Rebound
his
Caruso.
shot.
Yeah,
You'll let him shoot that.
Just over a minute left. Whirling Dervish dribbled by Castingway, got
Foul's called,
fouled
yep.
before he drove to the basket.
I saw Miglani against Merrimack in the first half of a game. He did not miss. He just could not miss.
He is just
Shooters are streaky.
He looks like a confident shooter.
He is.
He hasn't lit it up tonight, but certainly
shooters
has
are
nice
streaky,
form.
and
you
I
have
hope-
to know where he is, and what that does is it opens up other facets of your offense, right?
Yep.
So here are the Panthers trailing by 10 with 1 minute to go in the quarter. Third quarter play. Josh Caruso with a seam off the glass and in. Nice finger roll basket for Caruso.
Pretty shot by him as he went up into the lane and called glass.
8-point game. Jaden Montgomery beckoning Finley to come up top. There's Lebrecht with it. He can hit from out there. 35 seconds to go. North looks like they're content to wind this thing all the way down.
They'll extend the defense.
Breck just holding it. They go 4 corners offense.
Yeah,
But see these passes, they're not fast. They're floaters, and that gets dangerous. You get lured into thinking, and if you throw one out there that doesn't have enough mustard on it, it could get intercepted.
Montgomery to Peters.
What
Basket.
a pass from Peters to Peters.
This would count.
Oh.
No. And it's the 0.1 seconds left as it goes out of bounds.
Can't get a shot off on that one.
Yeah, not much you can do with this.
They'll just touch it in, I think, unless they roll it. And
Was
even
that
then, you
a
can't.
possession to behold or what?
Heads up.
Yeah.
Alley-oop to Tom King.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know,
Jaden Montgomery with that, he likes to do that, but that he hit the home run on that one. He came in, no-looked it, threw it through about 2 defenders. Peters, it ended up being an easy lay-in.
And the huge factor there is once you've completed that play, you have to make the easy bucket, right? And Peters did that.
Yeah.
You know, Peters, he's not getting the, a lot of the accolades, but he's got 9 points. He's playing great defense. He's hitting the glass. I mean, he's having a complete game. And I think from what I'm seeing, every guy on this Titan team knows their role. They all know their role, and they are playing it, I don't want to say to perfection, because you can always work on things, but near perfection at this point, 33-23.
They don't beat themselves.
Jack Peters
That's
getting
the thing.
his wrist heavily taped right now as we speak. I don't think it's really going to be a factor for him. It might have been just an abrasion. He might have got a scrape or a cut there on that left wrist. He got it taped up there in the break between the 3rd and 4th quarters. Difference maker, big difference maker, number 24, Jack Peters for the Titans. A big reason why the Titans lead by 10 here on their home court going into the 4th quarter.
And Tom, if I told you heading into this 4th quarter that going into it, Trevor LeBrecq would only have 9 points, you would probably say, well, South obviously would be up in this game, right?
I would say at least it would be close.
Yeah, and
and
it's not that it's not close, but
you know what? They handled Exeter pretty well last Friday night with LeBrecq only scoring 10. But I would figure in this game, this is one of the games he'd go off on.
Castingway trying to find Caruso cutting to the basket, and they kind of miscommunicate on that.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of your possessions. You can't turn the ball over. What we'll see here is Nashua South will extend the full court pressure now. They realize that they have 1 quarter left to go, running out of time.
So the Titans, the luxury of possession and a 10-point lead on their home court in front of their home fans who are loving it to this point. Watching this team be on a roll lately, beating Pinkerton and Exeter and Wyndham. There's a foul as LeBrecq goes through the paint.
He had a nice drive into the lane there, and I think that's, I'm not sure who they called that on. Maybe, was it Lemaire? I think they did 35. I think the numbers held up. So Karsten will pick up the personal, and LeBrecq will head to the line for 2.
Trevor getting ready to shoot. .11 lead for the Titans. Friday night basketball here at North. In and out. On the wing, Zach Castingway.
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency now for South. You see it in that shot.
And that was a great job. Great transition as Medling got the board, got it out to Castingway, fired it to Caruso. Ball very rarely hit the floor on that possession.
In the corner, Peters passes up the shot. LeBrecq travels.
Yeah, LeBrecq going to get called for steps on that one. So
how about that, Tom? You said sense of urgency, and Josh Caruso answered you right there with that 3. They needed that shot.
Someone has to take charge offensively. They got to have a hot hand.
Yeah.
We saw it in the first game.
Medling gets it.
Wow.
The pass kind of took him out of the.
Oh, good hands by Peters.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the numbers. He'd be well and wise to bring it back, and he does just that. Know your role. Great job, Jack Peters. Wow.
Well, defensively, that's where North is winning this game. They're winning it on the defensive end.
Right. To his right, Lorendi gets open for three. No.
Good positioning
Rebound fought
underneath.
for Caruso bats it to Montgomery by accident. And a nice steal there by Lemaire. Whips it down court. Zach just saves it.
Boy,
Castengay does.
looked like
Lemaire
it was-
gets
looked
it
like it
back.
was
Here's
gonna go out.
Hultbacher trying to penetrate. Goes to the hoop and misses. And it's Medling trying to battle Peters again for the rebound and off Peters out of bounds. Another play where I see a missed opportunity where you got Medling standing beside the basket.
What
to
North
penetrate
can't
if it's-
get caught up in is they can't get caught up in a run and jump game.
Yeah. There's Rhett trying to back in, has it stripped away by Peters.
Defensive wizardry by Jack Peters.
really
I'm
is.
sorry.
Yeah, it really is.
He is just having a night out there. Offensively, knows his role. Defensively, playing the tallest kid on the floor.
And Medley was afraid of the charge. Well, let's see what he does here.
Oh,
And you knew that was coming.
Rhett is just frustrated there. He's just, I don't know if it's in the repertoire, but I would be all for him just reaching over and tucking that in the rim, you know?
He's done it before, but not with bodies all over him. So it's
Yeah, I guess so.
You
This
know?
is a physical team, and the one thing I've seen from North that's made the difference for me is Medling knocks down the first one with the shooter's touch. North has kept the ball alive offensively. They've gotten second and third opportunities,
that's what he
and they've
said.
Yes.
limited the opportunities for
Yes,
South.
They have.
it baffles you, doesn't it?
Well, they're like rabid dogs on every rebound. Let's be clear. I mean, they're just,
They're tenacious.
yes. They're playing like they're behind on every rebound. It's just amazing, you know?
Yet it looks so nonchalant out there, doesn't it, right now?
Yeah, until the ball gets put up, and then you just watch it. It's like you're throwing meat
Except
out
for Finlay. Finlay looks like he's ready for a 10-round fight, to be honest with you. He plays with an aggression on his face, and he gets called for the travel there. But I tell you, he's the spark plug, and I like it.
Yep.
It's the football mentality.
Oh,
yeah.
I think
know.
it's
And where do you
terrific.
see him in baseball when he gets on base?
I
Oh,
love
boy.
it. I
He's
love
not
it.
He's
He's a dirt dog,
He's
yeah.
not going to stay on first base. I guarantee you that.
I love it.
Medling turns around again. Peters denies him a route to the basket. Helfacker back to Medling.
Ooh.
Peters marking him. And here's Zach Castengay off the glass and
Yeah.
in.
A
Castengay into the land of the
A
Giants.
nice pick by Medling.
Yeah.
Nice spin move there, a spin shot off his fingertips by Castengay, using the glass to advantage. In rhythm, it's a shot!
Jack Peters!
I thought that wasn't his role,
He's
Jason.
the king of the court!
I thought he's supposed to know his role.
I don't know, but what a...
I think his role tonight is hero.
Hey,
I mean,
listen, if
it's
they're
like-
going to leave me open, I'm going to knock that
Yep.
down, baby.
Wow. Jack Peters gives Titans an 8-point lead
And
back. They were in danger of like getting down to
I think it was
4
down
points.
to 6 at one point, right? Or
Yep.
5? Yeah.
Just
He
a
was
second
down
ago.
at 5.
Lemaire inside Medling.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Yeah.
Good pass by Karsten Lemaire. Finds Medling and it turns into an easy 2. 6-point game. Montgomery gets shoved and they,
Oh, he hits the floor pretty hard. And
yeah.
He always hits the floor hard.
That's
He
all
always
right.
gets right back up.
Alex Hultbacher. Remember him and his brother would be out there.
Oh, Andres was something else.
Andres,
Andres
yeah.
would love this game.
Oh, yes. Physical
This
players.
would be his game.
Yep.
But see, what Andres had was he was physical, but he had the offensive touch.
6-point lead now for North with 4:46 to go. So this one's still anybody's ball game, 2-possession game.
Yes, Hultbacher is Nashuan for the sound of bodies hitting the floor.
Yep.
If you speak that language. Trevor Levesque holds it over his head and
There's
nearly
there's that pass I'm
Yep.
talking about. You
Yep.
can't throw it lazily across the lane like that.
Yeah, because Castengay will pick your pocket. He
And
tries
he
to do
just
it
did
here.
there.
And Finlay doesn't like the call, I think. But it's going to be,
North ball, I believe.
yeah, North ball.
Yep.
Finley dared him to try to take it.
He did.
You know,
You're right.
And he basically, to avoid that, dribbled away.
Parth comes in for Finlay. He'll throw it into the backcourt. Montgomery will now run the point.
Yeah, that's just it.
6-point game. North trying to keep South at arm's length. LeBrecq in rhythm, shoots off to the right. Rebound,
Another
Montgomery.
rebound.
turns around and makes a
Got it.
basket.
Another second chance point there for the Titans. He's only got 6 tonight, but boy, what work on the glass. And right to Medling. Medling goes up, can't get it to go. He gets blocked, they're gonna call a foul. But they are contesting at the rim. Think that's gonna go against LeBrecq. I don't know if that's his first or second.
Yeah, you got to think they're whacking him on the arm because otherwise that's an easy make. And Rhett's going to have to earn it at the line.
He misses the first. I think they're trying to block the shot.
Yeah, they're not. They're going to try to contest the shot. They're not there to foul him. They're there to try to block it.
These kids are Skywalkers, man.
Oh.
Misses a both, but Lemaire with the rebound.
Yeah, big rebound by Lemaire. He snuck inside. He's not huge. He gets in there, grabs it.
And that's, I believe, the third foul on the Breck.
Great compete there by Carson
Yeah,
Lemaire.
but you know what? With 3:51 left to play,
Nah, I think you let it ride.
you
at this
let
point.
everything ride
Yep.
at this point.
Yep.
Your guys are out there. You ride or die. That's
At
the way
some
it is.
point, too, you're going to see South. They're going to extend this defensive pressure here,
Boy.
especially if you keep missing free throws
Yeah,
like this.
they had problems. They've had problems with free throws all year long.
Well, he mentioned it here. It was in his points to ponder. You know, it's got to make our free throws. We have to make the easy buckets underneath.
Michael Rutstein checks into the game. Josh Caruso takes a break. Lemaire, we're trying to make his second free throw. Missed the first. Off
And
to the
missed the
right.
second.
Rebounds.
Medling
and
ran
it's
it down.
South. Medling able to get it. The shot.
Oh,
Swish.
Huge shot.
Roy Cortez. Was it 3?
It was a
Yes.
three-pointer.
It was. It's a 5-point game. How about that? 2 big rebounds off a free throw miss. South finally got the 3-pointer on that one trip down the floor.
Montgomery just clearing everybody out and driving to the hoop. He was looking to dish it, but got fouled on his way to the cup.
Titans feeling a sense of urgency to score here. It's been a while. It's a 5-point game. LeBrecq with it. Up top.
Don't get lazy with your perimeter passes.
LeBrecq being blanketed by Lemaire. Look at him all over the star.
And then Medley comes over
There's
the
the
double.
shot, open look.
I gotta get out of
Jack
here.
Peters!
Unbelievable.
I gotta get out of here.
Jack Peters says, you cannot leave me alone tonight. I will hurt you. Timeout South.
Wow.
He is on fire. What a job he has done.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He got 15 points for the Titans, not to mention the intangibles that you don't write down.
Well, he's Mr. Intangible because he does it on the football field too. He does all the little things on the football field. Makes plays that don't get mentioned a lot, but they're big plays. Because Finley took over the quarterback job, beat him out in the competition, and Peters basically said, "Okay, I'll be your multifaceted athlete," and that's what he is. This is unbelievable.
If you're watching live, stay tuned after this game for a replay of yesterday's co-ed unified basketball game on Nashua TV. That was a treat of a game to do. It was a lot of fun, and it's a fun watch, I'm sure. If you're watching live, you can stay tuned after this
Watch
to see
it
that.
and see if you can pick out the shot of the year.
I got to tell you, when I was watching it on, I believe it was on YouTube, and I heard you guys talking about it, I had to rewind and watch it again. It was so exciting. What a great game. And Battle of the Bridge is living up to its name. It truly has been a battle.
Yes, sir. Nashua North girls won the first game, but South trying to come back and steal the second game. And Carson Lemaire may be a reason why.
They've hit 3 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter
It's kept
alone.
them in it. It's kept them in it. That's the only thing it has.
Oh, the compete factor here for both teams. Jack Peters, the reason why North has a 5-point lead. Taking some time off the clock as they weave it around. South looking for that steal to make it a one-possession game.
there it is.
Montgomery!
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Wow. Jaden Montgomery, a huge left-handed lay-in.
What do you need, Coach? All right.
So now you're in the danger zone.
Oh, a drive by Lemaire draws the foul.
Foul on Peters, but now you're in the danger zone if you're South. You haven't scored much all night except for those threes.
Yeah.
You're 159 to play. You're down 7.
159. That's a tough task.
It's going to be tough. You've got to take advantage of your free throws. Imagine if they had hit those 4 free throws that they had earlier.
Got to score when the clock's not running.
Yep, you got to. And if you're North, just keep doing what you're doing.
Nice shot there. Knew right when to lift his hand.
Karsten has the first of 2. It is now a 6-point game. This
Lemaire
could make it 5.
Lemaire 3 out of 4 on the evening from the charity stripe. We'll see if he can go 4 for 5.
South needing a couple of defensive stops and some baskets to flip the script on what otherwise could be a Nashua North basketball sweep. Co-ed unified girls and now boys. A 150 mark left on the clock. Whistle. Foul called on the reach-in. Michael Rutstein.
Yep.
And this is a North team, by the way, and you guys covered the Bishop Girton game. They had that game in command late, and they let BG come back, and
they did.
Maybe one that they stole. I'm sure that's in the back of their minds. They don't want to lead wire to wire and then see this one disappear in front of their eyes as well.
It's kind of what happened to the South girls today.
Yep.
They led for almost 90% of the game, at least.
They have played smart team basketball all night long, has Nashua North, and you know, South has stayed right in this thing.
Yeah, within striking distance, and what's that?
Rutstein on the reach-in again, yeah. They're calling it tight now.
That's 2 reach-ins.
You know, you got some hand checking going on. Rutstein will check out. Caruso will come back in. They'll bring Finlay back in for the Titans.
Hey, not the worst thing if he misses the free throw.
Right.
I mean, preserve some time. It's all on the shoulders of Jaden Montgomery to hit his pressure free throws. Miss, rebound, meddling. South opportunity. Down by 5 to make it a 1-score game with 1:20 left. Zach has a lane, he misses, and it's North with the ball.
Yeah, you didn't have the numbers there, and what happened was Finlay was going to slow it down, and as he was slowing it down, Castengate on the way by got a piece of him, so we'll have free throws. But again, maybe not the worst thing in the world for Nashua South. If you know, Finlay misses these, we'll see.
I think Zach
they'll make Finlay think about it a little bit, but I'll tell you what, South's been in this position a lot this year, down late, and you know they just and the reason is you look up at the board, they just don't score enough points.
Trying to claw their way back with not a lot of points.
And I want to reiterate.
And against this defense, that's tough to do. I mean, every shot is contested.
3rd game in 4 nights. Now it's a road game. I don't really count this necessarily a road game, but this isn't the comforts. It's not the comforts of home over at the Belanger. But 3 out of 4 nights, you're playing a game, and at some point, the legs just say that's about it for me tonight. You know,
the legs will show up on the shots from the outside. They haven't in this quarter yet.
They've hit 3 big 3-pointers from downtown, and that's kept them in it.
But what they have to do is, I mean, North's going to go to the line the rest of the night. If North takes a shot and misses, something's wrong. They should be going to the line the whole time.
Well, Tom, I'm going to send 3 numbers your way. You tell me what these are. 8, 3, 9.
8, 3, 9. You got to be talking about points.
Those are the points for South in the first, second and third quarters.
Oh.
Yep.
16 is their 4th quarter score.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because of the threes.
Finlay misses, and so another good call by John Collins. You know, maybe you do send him to the line.
So here comes Zach Katzenway, and he's trying to look probably to meddling if he can get it there, but North seems determined to keep it out of the big man's hands.
They are just moving their feet defensively.
They are.
And there's Hulfacker, the reverse lay-in attempt doesn't go. Rebound, LeBrecq gets fouled underneath, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's great defense by North, because what it did was force a wild shot by Hulfacker. You know, he got a good reverse layup. I mean, that's not a bad shot if you can land it.
That foul will go against Lemaire, and that'll send LeBrecq to the line. And if you're Nashua
That's
North,
the last guy you want to foul.
well, but you got to hit these because they've missed
LeBrecq will hit.
this quarter alone.
LeBrecq will hit him.
They're 1 for 4 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You just jinxed him, Tom.
Nah, he'll hit him. I have all the confidence in this kid. This kid is a good player. Oh! Oh,
All right.
Karsten
Tom
Lemaire
King,
with the
his
rebound.
phone number is,
Yeah,
his
I did
address
it.
is.
I did it. Wow. Ouch.
Hulfacker.
Sorry, Trevor. He's got to shoot it. Caruso's got to shoot it. You don't have much time left. You're down 5.
No, 38 seconds.
One possession
To the
game.
basket, Lemaire
One
makes it a
possession
one-possession game. 3 points, foul. The formula continues for South. They foul.
Why not?
Yep.
Have to.
I would.
Wow.
Can't
Listen.
let any time tick off the clock. But you can't take as much time as they have trying to score.
Well, if you don't get the free throws here, you are a three-pointer away from tying this thing up. And oh, by the way, you have the players on the floor that can hit those shots. So
Yep.
Montgomery with a chance, and he can't hit
Oh,
the first.
man.
And foul
Contagious
shooting.
at this point.
Wow.
The
It is
foul shooting
contagious.
is terrible at this point for
Yeah.
Nashua
They've
North.
missed their last 3.
They are 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter.
Jaden
Oh.
Montgomery can make it a 2-possession
1
game.
for
Instead,
7.
South could tie it if they go for a 3. Let's see what they decide to do. 25 seconds left.
I'd go for a 2 and foul him again.
Yeah, just
Lemaire,
go.
alley-oop, meddling, basket. Where was that all night? 1-point game, foul in the backcourt, and LeBrecq's got to go to the line, and even if he makes them both, South could tie.
I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I would just keep, I mean,
Oh,
at one
boy.
point, you know, you have to think now, this has got to be in their heads, right? Nashua
Yeah.
North coming down, you're thinking, okay, they've seen their lead whittle away. They've had a chance to ice it, but
No
they've just
such-
missed so many free throws.
No such thing as a blowout in a North-South game, like you said, John Collins. Didn't happen in the first game. Isn't happening.
Didn't happen here. And there's always somebody that pulls their team back in, and my nominee here is
Oh
Karsten.
my goodness.
Karsten Lemaire has been immense for South in this fourth quarter.
1 for 9 in the fourth quarter for the Titans.
Wow.
Or 1 for 8.
And
One
they're
for 8. The
best free throw shooters trying to make it a 2-point game.
2 for 9. 2 for 9.
South can tie it. 15 seconds left. They need a quality shot.
They're going to call
And they will,
timeout. Set it up.
they will talk about it. Wow, if you know the dire straits that South was in earlier in this game, if they told Coach Mazerall, hey, you can have the ball with 12 seconds left and you're only down 2, he'd say, I take it. In a second, he would take it. And that's the opportunity that knocks here for South to tie
now
this
the
up.
question is, do they get a 2? Do they take
Oh.
a 3?
I think you go for 2, and right now, here's the thing, right? Basketball is a game of momentum, and right now the momentum resides with the Nashua South Panthers. They have played this fourth quarter with their hair on fire, and as a result, they have come within 1 possession of taking the lead. Now you're on the road.
Now here's what comes to mind, Jason, real quick. What Tom said about South's free throw shooting. Now I know they've been putting North at the line all night, but they might be saying in the North huddle right now, don't let him have an easy shot, foul him.
Foul him.
You
Now,
know?
if it goes to meddling underneath and you foul him, you could be playing in a deficit if he gets a 3-point play. So you got to be careful there too.
That's true. That's true if he gets the old-fashioned 3-point play. Down to the wire here at Nashua High North Gym. Battle of the Bridge boys basketball, and it has turned into a great one.
Someone will have to take it to the hole.
10 seconds. Zach Castengay. Alex Hulfacker. Time's
They're setting up the
wasted.
last
5
shot.
seconds. Driving. Hulfacker! 1 second left. Could we be going to overtime? Or can North launch a game winner? Wow. Alex Hulfacker with his biggest basket of the game. He saved the best for last.
Unbelievable.
And I have
It's all
to say
because of the free throws.
two things. The resilience of Nashua South to not go away, to keep battling regardless of, look, if anybody watched this game without the benefit of looking at a scoreboard, you would have thought North was way ahead in this one, just from the style of play and the intensity and everything else.
And you know what? North is stunned that they're not way ahead in this one. They've got to be shocked.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If anybody watching the game and you're judging the pulse of the game, you're thinking without the benefit of the scoreboard, you're thinking North's ahead. South hasn't gone away. The one thing, and we've said it several times here, it's the foul line. The free throw line has absolutely doomed this Nashua North team as they are just 2 for 9 from the fourth quarter.
So now you got 1.1 seconds left. Your idea is to get the ball to half court with a quick throw and a one-time tip.
Yeah, and for me, Jack Peters has to hit the shot.
I'd give it to Jack. You know what?
He'll probably be open.
He's not on the floor.
He's not on the floor, and
okay.
But these are the three-point shooters, Parth and Lorendi,
right?
and obviously Montgomery and Lebrecht.
They're going to try to get it to Parth. McLani for a shot.
Your quarterback inbounds the ball, and it hits, and it's going to go out of bounds. Guess who gets the last shot?
No!
Underneath.
Oh! North gets the shot. North gets the 1.1 seconds, and they got it in the offensive zone.
South gets the 1.1.
South will get the ball.
Excuse me, South gets it. It's a turnover is what it is.
I know what I'm doing.
No time taken off the clock.
I'm throwing it up to 24.
Yes. And if he gets fouled,
You got to do it. You got to throw it up to him.
They're trying. They get it to Hulfacker. He's going to shoot it.
No good.
Oh.
Wow. Extra basketball.
I don't get it. You got that kid. He's 6'8" at least. You just throw it up there and let him go and get it.
If he gets fouled,
he goes
1
to the
point
line.
makes it.
What is going on there? I don't get it.
We go overtime. They put 4 minutes up on the board, and we play on here in the Battle of the Bridge. Super cold day and night here in Nashua. Super hot and heated basketball action inside the gym.
I'm still stunned that he didn't touch the ball on any inbounds play.
I'm just stunned he just didn't stay down there and make himself a target for the pass, you know. And Hulfacker had no choice at that point but to shoot it from outside.
Little gamesmanship going on here. And if you're Nashua South, why wouldn't you believe you'll win? You've hung around long enough and you've earned 4 more minutes and you have the momentum.
Yeah. Nate's got them in the huddle for a while.
And I'm sure the message here is, look, let's not battle back like we have to come up short in this one. We've earned the right to stick around, and let's get to 500 and make a run at this thing down the stretch.
Peters on the floor, Lebrecht, Finley, Lorendi, and Montgomery for North. Meddling out there, Castonguay, Hulfacker,
and Caruso
for South.
South with the opening possession of overtime. Have a chance to take the lead in this game.
What a confidence builder this would be for Coach Mazerol's club.
Oh.
They swing it to Castongate. Hulfacker. Zone defense by the Titans. Alley-oop. There's Medling. Gets it stripped out of bounds.
Peters reached in. He got help from Lebrecht. They fronted him and they had help on the backside.
Problem with that play was Medling had to come back down. He couldn't go right up on an alley-oop. He had to come back down.
Caruso, baseline, floater, no good. Rebound, Lemaire. Lemaire's played tremendous.
Yeah, great work on the glass by Lemaire.
This is all of a sudden.
He's not showing tired legs.
Karsten fakes the shot. Castonguay corner. Extended possession in an extended game. South trying to take their first lead. Baseline. Lemaire thought about the
Oh,
turnaround.
Lemire Caruso doing it. Unless they can get it to Medling for something open.
Medling driving, the pop, hits it,
Oh,
and Rhett Medling, huge play.
That was all part of the design of the game plan. Trick everybody into thinking you're a non-factor, and then dominate the fourth quarter and overtime. There it is.
Rhett Medling has a chance to give South their biggest lead of the night. They're up 2, free throw to come.
And I believe that's a 5th foul.
For who?
Might be Peters.
Is it Peters?
No, he's going back on there.
I don't think it's 5.
They're checking the book now. The referee thought it was. Now they're checking it.
Jack Peters, the most valuable player of tonight's game for North.
They're going to look at the
danger
home
of fouling
team's.
out.
They're going to look at the home
That's the
team's
official book.
That's the official book. So South may have had it, but it goes by what North has in their book. The explanation being given now to Coach Mazeroll. He's nodding and he agrees. Meanwhile, Rhett Medling, who has had a tremendous fourth quarter here, is poised to start the overtime period with a 3-point play of his own. We'll see if he can make the foul shot.
He
And
does.
he does.
This is South's first lead, I believe, of the night.
3-point play the old-fashioned way from Medling.
North in unfamiliar territory here right now, trailing by 3. Under 3 minutes left. Lorendi, hands off. Parth, Miglani, back to Lorendi. He's got Jack Peters on the wing. Peters has a couple of long-range shots in this game. Passes up one there. Lebrecht kicks it back. Peters thought about it. Return pass, the step back. He's out of bounds.
No. Yeah, they said he was out of bounds. You saw that.
Saw it, John.
And they'll quickly get Halfacker back in the game as well as
South
Russo.
turning it up a notch on defense.
My, oh my.
They get a 3-point play out of Rhett Medling. They get a turnover, a stop on defense. They have a chance to add to their lead. Castanguay with it. Changes directions. Lemire thought about going for the shot. Drives baseline, kicks it out. Halfacker, cross-court pass, Castanguay. Underneath, Medling now starts to move.
South doesn't need to shoot it. They can get the best look possible.
Lemire gets it to Medling, throws it back to Halfacker. Driving, and Jaden Montgomery got a hand in there, but also a shoulder, and he gets called for the foul. Do you sense any fatigue, Tom?
Oh yeah, a lot of it on North's part, a lot. I don't know why, because I think it's more shock than anything else. It's momentum, the fatigue. When you lose momentum like that, Jason will know. He's a coach. When you lose momentum like that, your mental process and your energy just kind of starts to go down a little.
You can tell the body language. Yep.
And if we can feel it from here, then these kids can feel it out there. There's no second guessing that.
Halfacker misses the first of 2 free throws.
Yeah, everything's a 2-shot foul now.
Right.
But you got to hit your free throws.
This would make it a 2-possession game, and he misses them both. Medling rebound, Rhett Medling, huge rebound.
Oh boy.
South, they're up by 3. They're not going to kill off the rest of the game, but they are taking some time here.
Halfacker had a lane to go to, and he passed it up.
Yep.
So this is all about the clock right now.
And North trying to desperately steal the ball back, commit a foul.
Yep.
That's on Thomas Lorendi.
Now, one of the points to ponder here from Nate Mazeroll. What has been your downside? What has been the thing you guys have struggled with most? The inconsistency, especially with free throws.
Yep.
So here it is right here.
Yeah.
But why are we in overtime? Because
Free throws.
Because the other team suffered the same thing.
Nice make there by Lemire.
Carson Lemire has been a force in this comeback.
He made a couple earlier, didn't he? I think in
Yep.
regulation it would be.
Willing his team.
Yeah, he made a couple with 1:59 left in the game.
to within 90 seconds of victory. Karsten Lemaire,
Look at this.
a 5-point lead. Who would have dreamed this
You're gonna see
earlier?
Now you're going to see North. They don't have to panic. They don't need a 3. It would help, but they don't need a 3.
Jaden Montgomery with it. In rhythm, Thomas Lorendi. What a shot!
Ice water.
Thomas Lorendi, what a shot! Wow!
The one thing that Nate Mazerow did not want to give up, and he didn't want to give up to one of the guys who usually hits him.
You're going to watch that one back, guys, and you'll see that play develop. They had 2 high picks at the near elbow.
Oh, he was open for a
Lorendi peeled
reason.
around,
Right.
and there it was. That was a design play,
He was
well
open for a
executed,
reason.
ice water.
Thank you, because I was wondering, how did you get so open, Thomas Lorendi? And he took full advantage.
Yeah, sure
Like
did.
he was shooting in the gym by himself. And that was deadly, and it is a 2-point game.
So now will South be kicking themselves if they had a chance to win it? and don't do it, you know?
I'm going to reiterate what I said in the girls' game. This is just a fantastic night of basketball. Great to see
Yeah.
all 4 of these teams out there doing their thing.
Yeah.
There's a student body that's here and present and accounted for.
And a shout out to Nashua ETV Ironman, Tim O'Neill behind the camera.
I know.
Tim
For
O'Neill
all
in the
this.
moving pictures, everybody.
Exactly. You talk about having to reach down into the tank.
Yeah.
That's what Tim's doing
Yeah.
right now. I think did he fill? Was the planning board meeting last night, Tim? Yep. And the
He is
co-ed
an
game.
Ironman.
Oh man.
I think the student body sections from both schools should start cheering
Yeah.
for Tim O'Neill.
Yep. I mean, I wanted to send him over to the Olympics in China, but I think he's already booked.
He's got too many things to do for
Yes.
Nashua ETV.
Carson Lemire, basketball IQ play, using that whole baseline, ran over here, and that is legal. And South trying to expand their 2-point lead again. Lemire with the lane, reverse
And
lay-in.
chance for an
Carson
one.
Lemire, you're going to make me lose my voice. What a play. The heads up, left-handed lay-in to shield the ball with the rim.
Finley will check out, and Parth Miglani will come back in, so they'll substitute for some offense here. Will the Titans?
Number 35, Carson Lemire, tells Jack Peters, I'm going to be the hero tonight.
Lemire
Wow.
knocks down the 3-point play. He's got 5 here in
1
overtime.
minute, 60 seconds is all. And South is leading by 5. And there is your man, Lorendi left it short. Rebound, Karsten Lemire lost the handle. And it's Peters thought about shooting it. Lebrecht wants to put it up. He does. He misses. Rebound, Medling has it ripped away, but he got fouled by Peters. And Peters is out of the game.
Nothing is easy for these guys.
Oh, what a turn of events we have seen.
This will be Medling heading to the line, and
What an epic battle this has been. And I think Jack Peters just fouled out. He's not going to volunteer to walk off, but they might be checking it.
I don't have him with 5.
No,
Nope.
maybe not.
But I will say this, Medling a chance to add to his scoring line here.
I misspoke. I'm sorry. Jack's still in the game.
He misses the first, he'll get a second, so your overtime scoring thus far, Lemire with 5 points, Medling with 3.
It's not over, is it?
No, especially if they don't make their free throws.
Brett Medling hits it.
But see, North is a team that can hit 2 threes to tie this game. They can.
They could. They have the ability.
They sure
Who's going to
do.
shoot it? Parth Miglani wants the ball in the corner. It's going to be Peters. No. Miglani got a hand on it, but Carson Lemire got fouled. 26 seconds. Still a lot of basketball
His
left.
shot wouldn't have been a 3. His foot was on the line.
Oh.
I watched it.
Okay.
But you have to take a look at what South's doing defensively. They're jumping out at those 3-point lanes, making life difficult for Lebrecht, for Parth, for Lorendi. And the guy that you got open is a guy that's hit a couple. So not a bad look from Peters. Lemaire with an opportunity here.
Carson Lemaire
He's
at
got,
the line.
excuse me, John. I'm
Yep.
sorry. He's got 5 already in the overtime.
How about that?
Misses the first.
It's a big basket. It could make it 7 points. Big basket if he can hit this free throw.
It does, because that turns it into a 3-possession game.
Carson Lemaire makes it a 7-point lead. Inbound play
And
for
the life
South.
of me, I'm going to wonder.
Montgomery to the basket, meddling rebound, and South is trying to
That's
kill
gonna
clock.
I mean,
16 seconds.
If you're wondering, you got to be North. You said, how did we lose this game?
Need a forensic autopsy on this one, Tom. I don't know.
It's just those free throws in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's it. It is actually. That's it.
It opened the door.
Yep.
Nashua
Because then-
South players looking to their crowd cheering. I'm just watching the action on the floor. This is fantastic.
Oh,
It absolutely is, because you hit one more free throw and the buzzer beater lay-in by Hulfacker doesn't matter.
Right.
Got to play.
We're not in overtime.
Got
It's
to
a
play
North
32
win.
straight, and then if 36 in this case,
Yep.
that's going to wrap this one up.
It sure is. But
Yeah.
here's what happened in the overtime. South, for the most part, they missed a couple, but they hit their 3 free throws.
Yeah, they did. They do it again.
Right.
Got
So-
a feeling Nashua North will be spending some time at the free throw line when they do have practice.
And there is a long shot, no good. Rebound, Finley.
Rhett Medling says, "Get out of my kitchen." And knocked down there by Peters.
Knocks it down at 6 points and a timeout by North.
I mean,
Peters.
hey,
Wow, remember me?
they're
I
going
was the hero before.
listen. North is going to come up short in this one tonight. There's no 6-point play with 2.6 seconds left, but
No.
you look at Jack Peters' line and the consistency with which he's played. He had 9 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. They were all 3-pointers. I mean,
Wow.
And that's not his game.
And that's not his game. His game is defense and passing, and you know, when the double team gets drawn to your dribble drivers, he cleans
Jack
up.
Peters' new agent, I would disagree that that's not his.
But look at the overtime. You know, we've talked about it. Rhett Medling's presence he showed up in the fourth quarter in overtime, as did Carson Lemaire. In the first 3 quarters between Lemaire and Medling, they had 3 points. Medling with a bucket, and Lemaire was 2 for 2 from the line. Since that time, the two of them, 22 points in the fourth quarter in overtime for
Stop
Lemaire and Medling.
Stop it.
First 3 quarters.
I thought this team scored only 3 points in a whole quarter.
Yeah, that was the second quarter.
Unbelievable.
They had a 2-pointer, and Lemaire was 2 for 2.
I don't know. Maybe it was Coach Mazarol.
Just got to touch it in, and that
maybe
game's
he
over.
said something at halftime.
Yeah,
That,
not
that'll
sure.
do it.
So that's going to do it here, and obviously Nashua South,
what a celebration for South.
good for them, and
Wow. Well, we'll have the good sportsmanship handshake, but they'll also have the head shake.
I've seen
for
it
North.
all.
How
and,
did that happen?
Well, I'll tell you how it happened. You had a team that a little bit of role reversal. Nashua North having trouble from the charity stripe, not being
Yeah.
able to put this one out of contention.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for them, that'll be a tough lesson and a tough pill to swallow. Meanwhile, Nashua South, all go, no quit. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to go. We're going to play the entire time. We're not going to give up. We're going to chisel away, and we're going to keep close enough. And at the end of this thing, give ourselves a chance. They did just that. Lemaire and Medling in the fourth quarter in the overtime combined for 22 points between them when they had only accounted for 4 up to that point. I mean, that's incredible.
Yes,
So
it was. I mean, the hack-a-shack, send the guy to the line, try to get back into the game by fouling everybody. That's an old strategy. And it's basic, you know, don't overthink it. The way you combat that is you hit your free throws and you take the win to the locker room, and it didn't happen tonight. Unfortunately for North, they lose the ball game, and the dramatic come from behind win for South.
North 5 out of 13 from the free throw line. And you miss 8 freebies like that.
Yeah, when you
and
only
that
need
really
1 or
is
2 more to win.
That's the difference in the game.
Right. So that will do it from the Nashua North High School gym. Jason Roby, it was a pleasure to do this game, these 2 games with you. You made us better, as you always do, to come along and do the games, and it's just a joy. Thank you.
I appreciate it, John. Always a pleasure to work with Nashua ETV. Love working with you guys. I just want to throw one more stat out there. We gave you the 5
Please.
for 13 for Nashua North. Nashua South, 15 out of 21.
Wow.
So
gold star on the free throws for South tonight.
Yep. And
Must have been working overtime at the line in practice.
congratulations to Nashua South and both these teams really for all 4 teams tonight for doing a great job, and the crowd well behaved here tonight. Just an exciting time, and man, really looking forward to the last month of basketball here in the city of Nashua.
Yep.
Hello everybody, I am here with the winning coach, Coach Nate Mazerol from Nashua South, in a crazy overtime thriller here from the campus of Nashua High School North. And Coach, if I had told you after 3 quarters your team would be limited to just a handful of points going into that 4th quarter and overtime, you would have said, well, it's going to be a long night. Your kids hung in there. You were resilient, and that was the thing you told me prior to this game is we don't teach effort. We're going to go for 32 minutes and more if that's what it takes. Was that the difference tonight for your squad?
It was, and certainly at halftime. We talked about effort a little bit, but yes, this is a group of kids that like everyone, we faced some adversity this year. We've struggled. We've lost some tough games, but it was a tough 3 quarters. That's a very good basketball team.
Yeah.
They are very, very good, and I feel terrible that Coach Lane couldn't be here. Certainly wish him get back to the sideline as soon as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it was just, as Tom King said, something about this rivalry, the great equalizer.
It brings out the best in both groups. In the girls' game prior to that, back and forth, both teams, North coming from behind in the girls' game, you guys coming from behind in this one. And I want to point out, you had 2 players in Karsten Lemaire and Rhett Medling, who through 3 quarters of action had 4 points between them.
Yep.
And if I told you that, you'd say it's going to be a long night. Well, all those 2 did was explode for 22 points in the overtime and in the 4th quarter. Talk about the effort of those 2 kids.
I just told Carson as I was walking over here, best game of his career, and a great cut to the hoop and an and one during overtime. Just some big offensive rebounds, some clutch free throws, and Rhett, he does that all the time for us.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the scoring, because they obviously, every team we play keys against him, but the rebounding, the defense, the leadership. And tonight, he added, and he's had some nights where he's at 13, 15, but tonight, that 4th quarter and overtime, he was huge.
Alex Hulfacker, I want to talk about him. He had 1 bucket tonight, 2 points, and they were probably the 2 biggest points of the game, sending you guys into overtime on a pretty drive to the hoop and a lay-in. Was that play designed for him?
The best part is Alex apologized afterward because no, that was not the play, not even close. And that's where you say, hey, why overcoach? Alex, just go make a play.
I saw some high screen happening with Rhett, and I thought something was going to peel off of that. And next thing I know, he's driving to the hoop and sending you guys to overtime. Want to bring up a couple of things if I can. You told me that free throws, I said, what are the things that you struggle with here? And finishing and free throws was first and foremost on your list. You guys finished 15 for 21 from the line. That's got to be something you're really pleased with, as your counterpart, Nashua North, 2 for 9 in the 4th quarter.
Certainly something we're happy with, especially down the stretch. 15 for 21. I love the 21. Because we haven't gotten to the line too
Right.
often this year, and that's not a knock on anyone other than we need to go to the basket more. So 15 for 21. Last game we were 11 for 23. So any given night. So for the kids to come in here and to make free throws in such an intense environment certainly is something that we're proud of.
I got to ask you now, in this tougher environment, all the kids know each other. Great to see the energy and the atmosphere here. Is this a turning point for you guys? You're evened at 7-7 now, and you've kind of been back and forth, couple wins, couple losses and a win. And is this maybe a turning point for you guys? Because as you mentioned, this is a Nashua North team that's very good. I mean, they were dominant through 3 quarters of play, really, defensively on the glass,
All of it.
patient with the offense. Is this the thing that gets you guys going?
I pulled the 5 guys going onto the floor for overtime aside after our huddle, and I just told them this would be a season-changing win. And it is. To get to 500, you don't, well, It's 500. When you're looking up at 500, 500 looks real good.
Sure does.
And to win this game, this rivalry game against such a great team, such a well-coached team in this environment, we certainly hope we get a real boost from that.
You got a couple of tough ones on the schedule coming up. Portsmouth, Memorial, Bedford, Pinkerton. You're going to face what many believe is the iron here in this division. What's the message that you sent out to those teams tonight, if there is one?
We'd like to think that, I told the kids before the game, we're playing one of the best teams in the state, and maybe this is just coach speak, and I said, and I think we're one of the best teams in the state. So I could be I could just be crazy, but the way we've played against the better teams this year has proven that we can play with everyone. Tonight we proved we could beat a good team.
Yeah.
We hadn't done that yet, so that's what. I'm not worried about what the state sees. I'm worried about what those 15, 16 guys.
No question about it. And you're doing it with youth, and you're doing it with seasoned veterans. Yep. That's a great mix. You bring those young kids along, and by the time you get to game 15, 16, they're no longer freshmen and sophomores. They are upperclassmen. So got to feel pretty good.
And that was part of it early on, trying to mesh, trying to get the younger kids in. I think we're finally starting to click and see that proverbial chemistry that every coach talks about.
Well, that's good stuff. He's Nate Mazerolle, head coach of Nashua South. Coach, you wanted to give a brief shout out here.
If I may, the Nashua community, athletics, and the community itself lost a wonderful man this past weekend. Donald Fay passed away, and I would just like to send my condolences to the Fay family. Mr. Fay he helped coach the Knicks in Biddy with my father. He was a coach of mine. Wonderful man. Wonderful family. His wife Dot is one of the nicest people you would ever want to meet. So my condolences to the entire Fay family. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Coach. Kind words, and to the Fay family, our condolences as well from Nashua ETV. Coach, I want to wish you congratulations and best of luck the rest of the way, okay?
Thank you.
That is Nate Mazerolle, the head basketball coach for Nashua High School South. A thrilling overtime victory here today against the Nashua North Titans. They split with the girls. The Nashua North girls coming from behind in the first game to beat Nashua High School South in this epic Battle of the Bridge weekend. Well, I want to thank my partners, Tom King, obviously, who else we have? John
Collins.
John Collins was here. We got Pete Johnson, our executive producer, Tim O'Neill. I mean, the stage is falling down around me here as we say farewell, everybody, and want to wish you all well. Stay safe, stay warm, and thank you, Nashua, for watching. We'll see you soon. Hope you enjoyed this action on Nashua ETV.